Hey Capricorn. All right, theme is the Four of Swords. Okay? Four of Swords, rest, recuperation, exhaustion, relaxing, taking downtime. So Capricorn, it's interesting because I was having a hard time doing your read before, and I'm wondering if it's just because you guys really are in this mindset of, you know, need to take some time for myself, need to relax, rejuvenate, recuperate, so to speak. So Capricorn, the Four of Swords is all about just taking the time you need, the energy you need, making sure that you're taking care of yourself, making sure that you're not burning the candle at both ends, etc. So I think Capricorn, you're definitely ending this year not that you're not thinking about this person, I don't want to say that, but you're definitely ending this year where this is not a priority. Your kids or fur babies or family or whatever is a much bigger priority than this other person. Not to say that you don't have a connection, not to say that you don't like them, cross watchers, don't worry. It's nothing negative there, and it can be reversed, but I read for the sign that I'm reading for. I just feel like you're kind of like, I'm taking a break from it all. Not even just the ex or the family member or whatever this pertains to for you. You're just like, I need a breather. I need a long bath. I need to desensitize, de-stress, everything. And I feel like Capricorn, that's just kind of how you're going to end the year. Thankful for the blessings you received in 2019. Thankful that you're getting over the crap that you had to deal with in 2019. And just very much, I feel very relaxed right now. Some of you may be like darked up. I'm not relaxed at all. I'm this, but I feel like you're going to take a breath in a moment where you're going to go, hey, this is like, it's okay. I got through 2019. There were ups, there were downs, there were some crazy times and some hurt and anger and sadness. The next card you have is your current position. You have the moon, which is Pisces card. So you could have Pisces in your chart or be dealing with a Pisces. The moon, I always use the same example because it's this, I picture this person out in the woods. There's like the full moon, a sliver of moon, whatever it is, but in front of them, 20, 30 feet away, there's this object, right? You don't know what it is. It's a bear that could eat your feet. It's a rock that you could walk around. It's a dip into, a lake. And this kind of says that you're not sure what's coming. You don't know what's going on with this person. Maybe you guys have ghosted each other. Maybe you're not talking at all. Maybe you don't want to talk to them. Maybe they don't want to talk to you. Whatever the situation is, but I feel like you're unworried about it. Now, the moon does represent like a confusion or paranoia, uncertainty. So there is an uncertainty here, but I don't necessarily feel like Capricorn, it's negative. For the first time, I feel like it's kind of like, I don't care what's going on. What's going on right now is I'm taking care of myself. So at the end of the day, if it works out at some point in the future, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I just don't feel like you have the oomph to put any more energy into this situation. The next card you have is how you're feeling. And you have the Ace of Pentacles, which is right on cue, where you should be. The Ace of Pentacles is opportunities, new beginnings. It's a plethora. It's more than you could ask for. I love the Ace of Pentacles because it's not just for love. It's not just for work or finances. The Ace of Pentacles is truly a card of like new beginnings and deserving new beginnings. And again, there's potential here, opportunity. There's so much going on. The Ace of Pentacles is just a big ball of prosperity, a big ball of anything you could have. And so I really do feel like this is tying into this relaxation energy. Like, okay, come on, 2020, bring it on. Show me what you got. Because for some of you, you're going, it's better than, and I think it's going to be better because you're going to make it better. Because you're going to say, hey, I'm deserving of better. Hey, this isn't working for me. Or hey, like you're taking the lead, you're taking charge. The next card you have is your distant past. Over the past 5-10 years, could be throughout your childhood. The universe is bringing this Ace of Cups in your face. I'm just saying that because the Ace of Cups is beautiful. This is new love coming in. So Capricorn, I really do feel like you are saying, hey, you know what? If it's not going to work out for us, it's not going to work out for us. And I'm okay with that. Like for the first time ever, I'm feeling, some of you are feeling like a clairvoyancy of, if it doesn't work out, it's okay because new love is coming in. This being in your distant past is showing that, hey, you've been through situations like this before and new love has come in. And even though it's hard and even though it's difficult and it can be, harrowing at times, the Ace of Cups is showing back up saying new love will come in. if this doesn't work out, if you guys can't rectify the situation, if you don't want to, if they don't want to, it doesn't matter. You have two aces here, two beginnings in all walks of life. I feel like this could be jobs for some of you, or, you know, new relationships coming in, or whatever it is for you. But there's two aces here. And one is like, I hold my cup, you know, close and dear, and I'm not going to give it to just anybody anymore. I'm locked in, knowing that what I want, what I deserve, what, you know, my opportunities are, and they're coming in. They're going to be coming in big time here. The next card you have is your distant past, or the past few months, and you have the Eight of Wands. So something happening quickly. I feel like maybe this relationship kind of ended, or you guys didn't even, you know, there's news here too, but it's forced. It's quick action. Some of you got like divorce papers, or some of you found out this person was married, or you found out, you know, that they've been cheating or lying. It happened so quick. And I feel like some of you, it was like very traumatic, or very traumatic for them if this is reversed, but something very traumatic to where the Four of Swords is saying, that's why you're cooling off now. That's why you're relaxing. That's why you're like, okay, I got through this. You were blindsided, or they were blindsided. There was something here that happened. It happened so fast that you had no other choice than to end it. You had no other choice than to make a decision that was going to be better for you and better for the kids or the fur babies or whatever. I just feel like some of you were sideswiped. Again, that blindsided, like didn't even see this coming, and now you're recuperating from that, but in a way that you still have a connection with this person, but you kind of are hoping that maybe something better comes along. The next card you have is your distant future. So over the next few months, and you have the Emperor, which is Aries card. So you could be dealing with an Aries, or have Aries in your chart. That definitely tells me that you're looking for something stable. You're looking for something reliable. The Emperor is very traditional, very authoritative, somebody who, no bullshit, no lies, no nothing. And I feel like there is a newness coming for you, Capricorn. You know, cross watchers, you can get as mad as you want in the comments. They'll be deleted if they're vile though, because had some nasty comments about signs before, and I don't tolerate that bullshit. Take that somewhere else. But like literally, the Emperor is saying you deserve somebody who upholds their morals and beliefs, and they treat you like the Empress. You know, them being the Emperor, you being the Empress. And I feel like, Capricorn, this person has not shown up and done that. And I think you're ready for, you don't want to be with somebody who exhausts you. You don't want to be with somebody who doesn't make you feel good. And this is definitely saying you've put up with enough, and now you're looking for the future with the Empress. You're looking for new beginnings in love, new beginnings in career, all newness. And you could say, well, Dark Dove, it's 2020. It's the new year, of course. Everybody has those New Year's resolutions. But no, this is like something Capricorn set their mind to, that it's like, I know what I want. I know what I deserve, and I won't settle. The next card you have is your immediate future. So throughout the rest of 2019. And here's the issue, the Three of Pentacles. Now, the Three of Pentacles represents teamwork, partnership, people planning, growing together to a certain extent. However, it also represents a third party. And I'm exhausted for you, Capricorn. For whatever reason, I just feel this overwhelming, this Four of Swords keeps hitting me hard. It keeps making me feel like I just want to soak in a bath and climb on the couch and get under a blanket and watch a movie and go to bed. And because literally the Three of Pentacles is a third party. So either you're dealing with a third party situation, there was, you know, cheating, lying, deceit, something here. And I feel like there's somebody who's knocking at your door. There's this energy that's very much like somebody's coming to your home. I don't know, it could be for one or two of you out there. Somebody comes to your home or your work, or they drive by. You're not responding, you're not answering. And part of it is because you're like, no, you're married, or no, you're with somebody else, or no, I saw you online on an online dating. Like there's something here that's tripping you up where it's like, hey, you know, are you kidding? I don't know. There's even somebody out there who like found out like a whole other family existed or whatever. I don't know. But for whatever reason, they're telling me that some of you just are like, no, I'm not answering your calls, your texts, your anything. And it could be that they had an indiscretion and you just blocked them off. You're like, I don't even want to hear about it. I don't want to, like, I won't. Because, you know, 90% of the time people are like, can't believe you cheated on me, or can't believe you lied to me about this, you did. And they get the story or they hear it. But I feel like a lot of you are just like, nope, the door's closed. Sorry, can't come in. Only new things can come in. The next card you have is anything tangible throughout the month, but I wondered about this towards the end of the year. The Six of Pentacles is a generosity, but it's also a charity. So I feel like Capricorn, some of you will be going, okay, we can talk, or okay, I'll text you back, or okay, we can have a conversation. Because again, the Six of Pentacles is kind of like, they finally break you down to the point where you're like, oh, okay. We can have this conversation, or we can talk. And it could be vice versa. Maybe you're trying to get in touch with them and they're not talking to you, and somebody's going to break down and be like, all right. We'll have this conversation. But again, remember, it's an act of charity. And I hate to say that, but I don't really, because for some of you, it's like, why would you even waste your energy, your time on this person, or vice versa? And people get upset when I say that, and they're like cross-watching, and they're like, well, I subscribe to your channel, and how could you talk about me like that? Well, if it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. And I'm not talking badly about anybody in particular, but if certain things happen and you have an indiscretion, I don't see why it's upsetting to say, hey, I don't want to talk to you because you treated me like crap. So I don't get it. Sometimes it's like, you guys have to understand that these energies that come through, A, are general, okay? They're not pertaining to everybody. Get a private read if you want one. And B, you know, we all make mistakes. And when we do things that negatively affect other people, or we do things that we know conscientiously that are wrong, if you have an indiscretion on somebody and cheat on them, you know that's wrong. So there's nothing wrong with me or anybody else saying, hey, right now, I don't feel like being around you. And I'm using that as an example of somebody who said to me, I'm very upset because I'm cross-watching, and you said, and I'm a subscriber, and you said, you know, screw you and the horse that you rode in on. Well, yeah, you know what? If I was being cheated on by somebody, I would kind of feel that way. So sorry if you treat somebody badly and you don't feel like you deserve to be, you know, like scolded, but that's just my channel. Like it or leave it. It is. And I feel like when those types of things happen, you know, we eat the piece of humble pie, and we have to take responsibility for our actions. None of us are perfect. We have all done things we're not proud of. But Capricorn, this, I feel like you will talk to them. You will have a conversation with them, or vice versa. And, but again, I think it will be more of a, God, you've been blowing up my phone. Like, all right. The next card, ooh, fell off the table. The next card you have is how you're feeling throughout the rest of the year. And what's interesting here is you have the Page of Wands, which is my major communication card. Page of Wands is spark, curiosity, confidence. The Page of Wands is literally somebody is finally either coming to talk to you, wanting to have a conversation with you, or you're finally saying, okay, let's have a conversation. Okay, yes, we can have a conversation. I think you're more interested in either getting closure or finding out what they have to say for themselves, or vice versa. They, you know, are wanting to know what you have to say about what's going on. Even though I really do feel like you're moving towards newness here with these aces showing up, I do feel like there will be a conversation had, and it may just be for mental health, clarity, and some sort of closure. The next card you have are your hopes and fears for the outcome. And you have the Wheel of Fortune. So something's changing. This is divine timing. This is unplanned changes. This is, you know, a complete circle. So I do feel like they'll circle back to this person, or they'll circle back to you. But I don't necessarily know that it will be because you guys are going to get back together. I feel like it's going to be a lot of energy of you want something that you feel more deserving of, or you want to be treated better. If they could show up as this emperor, then you might be willing to have this conversation with them. If not, it's going to be, we circle back to get this closure. This is a strong connection. That's a divine timing. It's a divine connection with the Wheel of Fortune here. But at the same time, just because you have that soulmate connection with somebody, or that karmic connection, or twin flame, or whatever you want to call it, does not mean that now is the time that that connection is going to happen. That connection is going to happen. The next card you have is your outcome card. You have the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles, very practical, very pragmatic, but also inspiring. So regardless of whether it's this person or not, you know that some good opportunities, newness is coming your way. Now, could you reconcile with this person? Yes, but it would have to be an emperor type situation. They would have to show up as the emperor. The Page of Pentacles is like, I'm willing to work on this, and I'm willing to aspire for something, for greatness, but at the same time, like I will never tolerate this again. I will not go through this again. So you're being very practical on things. You're like, either this person can prove that they can change, or they can't. Like Death card showing up there is a perfect example of this. Okay, you have the Hierophant clarifying the outcome card, which the Hierophant is Taurus's card. So you could have Taurus placements or be dealing with the Taurus. But the Hierophant is a spirituality card. This is a card of saying, I have faith. I think that you'll know just in your heart, your gut, your instinct. Capricorn, I think you'll trust your instinct this month. I think you'll trust, for the end of the month, I think that you'll trust your instinct, and your instinct will lead you in the direction of, yes, you know, we are meant to have a conversation. We are meant to find some sort of closure, but I feel like a lot of you are ready to head in a new direction and you're waiting to see what happens. Now, there's a lot of conflicting stuff going on here because you have the Three of Wands, which is clarifying the outcome card as well. The Three of Wands is planning, partnership, growth. Some of you may already be seeing somebody. Some of you may already be talking to somebody. Some of you may already be like, oh, I'm ready to move on with somebody else. I know exactly what I want. And yet this past energy is coming in because the Three of Wands is partnership, planning, growth. Now, I think if you could get to that position where you guys can have the conversation, where you can actually communicate, then you might be able to break ground and start something new. This newness could be between the two of you, but I feel like towards the end of the year, for the rest of the year of 2019, which is like, what, 15 more days, I feel like you guys are going to be kind of going, I'm taking this time for myself to really reflect, and then I'll wait and see if there's something we can do to make this happen. Because here you have the Death card, which is not a physical death. The Death card is one of my favorite cards. It's also Scorpio's card, so you could be dealing with a Scorpio or have Scorpio placements. But the Death card is about rebirth. It's about, you know, regeneration. It's about growth. It's about changes. So I feel like there could be a rebirth here between you guys. The Capricorn, I feel like you're very much on high alert right now because I feel like there might be somebody in your vicinity that you're interested in that brings some newness that is actually very exciting to you, or that is catching your attention. And you have this Five of Swords that's clarifying this, which is telling me that it's telling me that you're still worried that this is fake, that this is a Pyrrhic victory with this person. Like, even if your ex contacts you, I just don't know if you'll trust it or if you'll have faith in it. Because again, the Five of Swords is all about feeling like a defeat. Like, again, this Pyrrhic victory of like, oh, well, it's supposed to happen, or this is, you're telling me what you think I want to hear. You're bringing this newness in. I love you. There's new opportunities. But this Three of Pentacles is still sitting here. Like, they still have unresolved issues, or they're still dealing with another party. So I feel like a lot of you Capricorns are going to head towards the newness in the beginning of the year. But there may be a possibility of a rebirth. I just don't know how long it's going to last because you have that Five of Swords, which is saying, I don't trust this. And then you have the Quill. These are my Witchwood cards, which are oracle cards, and they're meant to be read in upright or reverse. I don't read reverse, but with these cards I do. And yours is the Quill, which is oversharing. And so I feel like right now the oversharing part is like, I think you need to be mum. Mum's the word, right? Towards the end of the year. And again, this is just my opinion. This is just for entertainment purposes. But for me, I wouldn't say much. I'd wait and see what they have to say, because I think that they need to come in and bring a lot to the table in order for you guys to really, like, I feel like that there's a lot of communication that needs to come from them, and a lot of closure that needs to come if nothing's going to happen. You at least need to hear them out, but that doesn't mean that you need to tell them exactly what you're up to or what you're doing. Now, you get Nina and Thicket. Love is the greatest healing therapy. So your inspiration oracle card is love is the greatest healing therapy. So for all you know, there's going to be some rebirth that comes your way, and it will heal. I feel like you guys will, I feel like no matter what, it's not a feeling, it's a knowledge. I know that no matter what, bear with me here. I know that no matter what, you guys are going to be moving in a direction. I feel like for majority of you, it's going to be a new direction, but it's going to come after some sort of closure, or some sort of, maybe this last go round is the last try, and then you make it happen.